Greetings. All right. So, I have a message for y'all. Okay, so you guys know when I drop these love messages, I do this as I'm led to, and the whole purpose of these messages is to encourage those who it's resonating with and who it's, genuinely for. You can't force something to resonate with you. So just make sure that you use your discernment. These things should be confirmations to you, not something that you're just hearing for the first time or something that speaks to your spirit. So, and I do my best to convey the messages as purely and as accurately and as clear as I'm getting it and heard it initially. So I kept hearing this phrase, in passing. So in passing, like in and then passing, like something in passing. And then I was seeing this morning, I saw like this vision of two people. It looked like an airport to me. And it was two people going into opposite directions, like they were rushing past each other. And then Spirit, before I even skip to all of that, so I seen that. Shout out to my good sis Mamina. She sent me this Korean romantic drama. I think it's a movie on Netflix. She sent it to me, and ironically, it had like a Cinderella type scene. This part, and it's very. It wasn't like overly romantic and like this fairy tale. It was like a modern type story, and like two people that were out on the street or something like that, and the guy was like, "Is this your shoe?" or something like that. He had like this black, kind of like a business type heel. It looked like a suede black heel. So it wasn't nothing fancy or like with sparkles and rhinestones and clear glass or nothing like that. So he was like, "Is this yours?" And then he put it on her feet and he's like, "It fits." And then she was like, "It's like a Cinderella story," but it was like she was sarcastic, like she was joking. So I was like, okay, like I'm done with all of this. So then when I went on my, not my explore feed on Instagram, it was like my feed, like following pages I was following, and this video popped up about the red string of fate, and I'll insert the video.
Have you ever heard of the legend of the red thread of fate? It's a Chinese legend associated with the concept of destined love. According to the legend, it is believed that the gods tie an invisible red thread around the pinkies of people who are destined to be soulmates or true loves, regardless of time, place, or circumstances. This red thread is said to represent the bond between two people that is unbreakable and will eventually bring them together. The legend of the red thread of fate has several variations, but one popular version goes as follows. Long ago, there was a god who carried a spool of red thread and connected the pinkies of people who were meant to be together. He would tie one end of the red thread to the pinky finger of one person and the other end to the pinky finger of their destined partner. The thread would stretch and tangle, but it would never break, signifying the unbreakable bond between the two individuals. The legend suggests that even if the two people are separated by distance, time, or obstacles, they will eventually find each other and fulfill their destined love. It is often used to convey the belief that true love is predestined and that fate plays a role in bringing soulmates together.
So it was this whole red string of fate thing, and like two things like popped into my mind when I saw that video. So one of the first things that came to mind, because I've talked about this movie before. It's a Japanese animation movie by Makoto Shinkai, and his animation is so beautiful. It's so vivid, like the colors, and it just really takes you there. And he has a couple of more movies that kind of have like a similar theme, but this particular Japanese animated movie, it's like a romantic fantasy like type sci-fi almost type movie. Your Name, it's called just simply Your Name in English. They have the concept of the red string of fate, and they would always like, they lived in two different alternate times. So like I think she was like years behind him and he was like 3 years ahead of her or something like that in time. And their paths would cross through like their dream state, and they would switch bodies as well. And they highlighted in particular her ribbon, that this ribbon she would wear around to create her bun. She wore this ribbon all the time, and they always highlighted that ribbon. So the red string of fate was always kind of a concept. It was like a little what do they call it, like Easter egg in the movie type thing. And there's a part in the movie where they're adults, because I think in actuality they passed each other on a subway, or they were on a train or something, and he didn't notice her because she was not really in the same it's strange. You got to watch it. It's a really good movie, by the way. And shout out to my sis Mamina, because she put me on to that a couple of years ago. And at the very last scene, they were now adults. So the entire movie they were like teenagers, high school kids. Fast forward, they're adults, and they're living in the same city. They pass each other, I think on the subway or on the street or something, and it goes back to the vision I had where I've seen two people crossing each other's paths. And there's a stairway that they have to pass, and the stairway is red, which is interesting. One person's going up the stairs and one person's coming down the stairs, and it's kind of like they feel this like weird, strange energy. Like, is this person going to speak, or are they going to say something? And the guy, he stopped her and he said, "Do I know you?" or something like that. And then they sparked a conversation. So what Spirit was showing me was the whole red string of fate thing. And then before I get into the message within itself, I had this weird sensation in my hand. I was doing a reading, and I didn't upload it because I don't think Spirit wanted me to. It must have been for me. Like, sometimes, like, just to let y'all in on a little secret, sometimes I think I'm going to do a general reading for people, and if I'm pre-recording it, it'll, like, this weird energy of like, don't post that, comes to me. And I feel like that was Spirit trying to get my attention, because sometimes I'm just, my mind is here, it's there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm not always available to hear certain messages, or it could be things that are complicated that I can't sit and pull for myself and get that type of detail out of my own reading, because I might not be able to interpret it clearly because I'm attached to it. So sometimes it will happen that way, where I'll do a reading thinking it's for the collective, and then something tells me do not post it, and then it ends up being a message that I needed to hear. So I go back and I have to listen. So while I was doing this reading, this was like a couple of weeks ago, I kept feeling this pulling on my pinky finger, but it was so like subtle, because it almost felt like some type of string or like a piece of hair was like pulling at my finger, and not where my knuckles are, where hair would grow. It was like around the tip of my, almost the tip of my nail, like my pinky right there. I kept feeling this pull in my finger, and at first I was like, someone's pulling on you. And I wasn't saying this to myself, I was thinking that this was a collective message. So I'm like, someone's pulling on you. And then when I sat with it, I was like, I don't know, because it wouldn't stop. Like, the whole time that I was doing the reading, I kept feeling this subtle, like, pulling energy, like a string, out of my finger. And Spirit, I feel like, is wanting me to convey this message, because again, like, okay, I don't like getting too much into my business unless I feel led to share it. So my personal situation right now, some of you guys know who your person is. Some of you guys are with your person already. Some of you guys have met your person, you've talked to them, or you've probably already dealt with them romantically, or Spirit has revealed a person to you or something like that. That's not my situation. My situation is, I don't know, like, my person. From my understanding, it's something that's in passing. I never spoke to this person. I probably never even, I don't probably even know this person's name. They probably don't know my name. It could be like we just didn't think twice about it and just passed each other. Like, some people, for some of you, this could be like a physical in-person thing, where it's like your neighborhood or a hangout spot or church or whatever. It could be anything. It could be online, like, because I remember my ex-boyfriend, like, from a few years ago, I didn't know he was following me on Facebook, because I don't use Facebook like that. So that night that I went on Facebook, it was just so strange because I just posted a selfie because I was like, I was looking cute. And I had like this really cute teal color wig, and I thought I was like the shit, with color, because I could pull some colors. Okay, I could wear any color. So I was like, oh, I look cute. So I posted it, and I seen like the likes, and I seen this one guy, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. Okay, we're gonna call him AC, like abbreviation AC, and I was like, he's cute. So I went to his Facebook, and I seen he was following me, and I was like, I don't even remember even adding him. But when I started that Facebook, because I had an old Facebook with all my school friends, my elementary, high school, all of that. I had all my friends and family and church people I went to church with on this old Facebook that I originally had, and I don't remember how to log into it. So I created a new Facebook for my business. That was the only reason why I created this Facebook. And then I guess I was just accepting friends requests. I'm like, as many friends as I can get to get attraction to my page, it is what it is. So I wasn't really thinking. So it must have just been like a blind confirm, accept, and just kept going. So then when I went on his page, I noticed he was like, we were friends or whatever on Facebook. Obviously he liked the post, so we had to be friends. So anyway, something just led me to reach out to him and wish him a happy birthday, because I think it was his birthday that day. And that's how the whole thing sparked. Fast forward, I did think that this was my person. Like, we both felt like we were supposed to be together, but it didn't work out that way. I appreciate him still to this day. I appreciate what that was for what it was. It happened extremely fast. We jumped into a relationship and connection way too fast. Like, when we met up, it was just like sparks. Like, we always had to see each other all the time, hang out and stuff all the time. So it was like kind of fantasy fairy tale like, but at the same time, it just was premature and it wasn't supposed to happen. So I feel like that was a precursor to where it might happen like that for some of you. Like, you don't even, like, they could be on your follower list or something. You might have liked each other's posts or something. It could be someone that your friend knows. It could be someone that, like I said, lives in your neighborhood. You could have passed them at a grocery store, gas station, at a party or something. You just never know. Or you could have went to the same high school or school as this person, because that's how the red string of fate works. Like, I told you guys about this article that I read before, and it had these different couples, and they would share these different pictures and like their evidence of their situations. And you could probably find some stories on YouTube too where they show you like picture evidence of like people that, like, crazy shit. Like, we were at the same beach as kids and you were in the picture, and then they, it was just some crazy shit, like stuff that you could be like, that is impossible. That's like a 1 in a million thing, to have met a little boy or a little girl that was at the beach at the same day as you, and you took a picture and the little kid was in the background, and then y'all meet up and like, oh my god, that's me. Like, that's scary. Like, there were stories like that. Like, there was one that was literally like that. So it can happen in the strangest of ways in passing. So it's something that is going to happen inevitably. Like, you can't run from it. You can't escape what is meant for you, right? And I feel like some of you guys, you may not know the person off top of your head. Like, it's not somebody that you would go, oh, it's probably so and so. Some of you guys, if this is not resonating with you, then discard it, because I don't want to implant confusion in people and say, well, I thought it was this. If spirit told you that this somebody is your person, or you're already with your person, but you guys are just, whatever the situation may be, then discard it if this is not for you. But for those in this situation, and I feel like this is one of the cases where I could say, like, I resonate with y'all, where I don't know who my person is. Not in a way that I could say, oh yeah, it's them, or it's that person, or oh, it's him, or it's them. No, it's not that simple. It's not that, like, it's something about in passing. So you could have literally already passed this person, but spirit's gonna bring it back together, and then it's gonna be like this, that was you, or something like, you were there too, or I was there. I was like, it's going to be something crazy like that. And for some of you, this already happened. And so when it forms, it already happened. I think I already said that. It already happened. For some of you, it hasn't happened yet. And so, like, just don't discount it, because when it comes together, it's going to be one of those things. And some of you guys, the reason why this is your story, if this is resonating with you, the reason why Spirit would have this be, why your divine team or whatever would have it be this way, this type of story, is really for those that lack faith, that don't believe fully. You got to see it to believe it type in supernatural things. Like, this is something that is going to blow your mind and blow other people's mind, and you're going to know that this thing is meant to be, because if it wasn't, this wouldn't have happened. So this is someone that is going to be in your surroundings in some type of way. And it could literally be like my situation that I was describing with my ex, where we met off Facebook first, and I didn't even know that he was on my friends list. So it was just kind of like one of those things that you don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, it's something really literally in passing. And I'm hearing Instagram. So for some of you, this is somebody that you are connected to through Instagram. Some of you guys, this person does have like a platform. I'm getting a male that has like a maybe a big platform of some sort, and they could have any type of content, and you might have shared that person's content before. And what I'm getting is like, you might have like noticed that something about them was attractive, but you weren't paying attention to that. You were paying attention to the message, and you shared it with either like on your page, on your story or something, or your Facebook or something, or you shared it with a friend. That might be specific for somebody. For others of you, you just like right now, you don't even know. Like, you just have no clue. And partially for some of you, it's because you haven't experienced it yet. But for some of you, this already has happened. Some type of passing energy, or this is somebody that is lingering in your energy field, and you guys have not officially met, or you don't know each other's name. It's like something about this is like, like I said, in passing. Like, you see a guy, you see a girl, whatever, and you just swipe past each other, like just energetically past each other, and you don't think twice about it. It's not somebody that you're hyper fixated on. It's not somebody that's hyper fixated on you per se. It's more just like you probably seen each other before in a same space, same room, just didn't think too much about it. You know what I mean? And I definitely feel like if you guys were to meet, if you're in the same space as this person, that they'll recognize your face at least. For some of you. For others of you, it's like something is going to make you go, that was you? Or, you went to that school too, so did I. Or, I didn't know that you were following me. Like, hey, whatever. Or it could be vice versa. It's something where it's just like, it's not right in front of you to where you can see it. It's not right in front of you. So, yeah, just take it as it resonates with you guys, because I feel like this message is not going to be for everybody. And I feel like if it is for you, you'll know it in your spirit, because you already kind of got that same sentiment, like that same download, or it might put the puzzle pieces together with something that has already been revealed to you, or maybe you've heard this before, something similar to this, and this is just more confirmation. And yeah, if you guys have never watched the movie Your Name, make sure to watch it. And much love as always. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for listening, and like this video if it resonates. If you feel like this may resonate with a friend or a family member, someone close to you, share it with them as well. I really appreciate it. Be blessed, be safe, take care, peace.